Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be going over my Hirudegarn Storm deck. I recently went to a tournament with this thing and went 2-1. So, it's pretty good, it's been working out for me, so I figured I might as well share it with you guys. Hopefully you guys can go just as far as I have. So, the first couple cards I'm going to go over are the mirror match cards, the counters to Storm, if you will. That is the 2 Flying Nimbus, and the 2 Dark Power Black Masked Saiyan. Flying Nimbus stops them from attacking you 5 billion times, and the Dark Power Black Masked Saiyan stops them from swapping a bunch. I just think both of them are really necessary. I might run Crisis Crusher Son Goku instead of Masked Saiyan. I know a bunch of people have been doing that, but I've found that Masked Saiyan works a little bit better. Next is the meat and potatoes of the actual deck, which is the adoptive father-son Gohan first. This is basically just an extra Bardock if you don't get one in your hand. He has blocker and swap, basic stuff. Speaking of the Bardocks, we run, obviously, a playset of Bardock the Progenitor. This is a great card. It's a 1-drop 10k. When you play it, you take a life, and it has swap 2. Really good. Part of the main reason why this deck is just really broken right now. Next is our Unyielding Spirit Trunks. This is a great combo card, and just when you combo with it, if your leader card is blue, untap an energy. This combos really nicely with the Bardocks and how much you're swinging with this deck. You can, with this, play 2, 3, sometimes even 4 Gotons on turn 1, assuming you go second. I've never actually gotten to play 4 Gotons turn 4. If anyone has, please let me know. The max I've gotten, I believe, was 3. Speaking of Goten, this is the playset of Scrambling Assault Son Goten. This is the big card in the deck, plus the Bardocks. But the Bardocks are what set this card up. So, basically, when you swing with this card, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 into your hand, and put the other 2 at the bottom of your deck. Great draw support, and just bury your opponent in card advantage. Next is the super combo, Hoi, Emissary of Flame. This is a really interesting super combo. So, instead of just getting plus 10k and drawing a card, you get plus 10k and drop a card from your hand to draw 2. So it's filtering your hand to get cards you don't want out of it, and cards you do want in. Once again, card advantage. It's just what this deck is. It's aggro card advantage. I run 2 Caring Mother Videl and 2 Geen Family of Justice. You can adjust the ratios of these cards to your liking, but I find that having the balance of 2 to 2 has worked pretty well. Geen, it's a blocker, and you can play it for free if you have a Bardock, and Caring Mother Videl, you can tap it to give something +5 and draw a card. This you can swap into with the Bardocks, and this just gets played free with the Bardocks. So both of them are really good, and this just helps make the Gotens a tad bit stronger. Once again, please adjust the ratios to your liking. I just find that a nice balanced 2-2 has been working for me. Next we have the playset of Furthering Destruction Champa. This is a really good card. Basically, when you combo with it, the attacking card gets double strike until the end of the battle. And it gets plus 10 because of the combo. So, plus 10 and double strike for 1 energy is really good. Especially with how much you're attacking this turn, so it just gives double strike out of nowhere, which obviously that just end games, because it, takes 1/4 of their life. You can also run the Supreme Kais instead of the Champa, it's up to you. My shop just didn't have any Supreme Kais, so I went with the Champas instead. Next is the Bardock. This is a 20k double strike and blocker, and during your turn, at the end of a battle that you comboed with this card, you can choose one of your Bardocks and evolve it into this card. So it just turns one of your Bardock the Progenitors into a 20k double strike out of nowhere. Once again, 1 energy, big body with double strike. Out of nowhere. Really good. I've won multiple games just because I got one of those early game. Next is the Mira Creator Absorb. This is what you want to be using those Champas on, because this just gets huge. If you didn't know, it has Overwhelm 4, and it costs 1 to do. And the auto is, when you attack with this card, it gets +5 for each card in your warp. So you just get a ton of cards in your warp, and combo with a Champa, and it becomes this absurdly high number with double strike. They're basically guaranteed to take 2 lives if you use this at the right time. And the other Overwhelm card we have in this deck is Scientist Fu. I only run 1 of them, you might run 2. It's up to you. I just find that 1's better because it makes room for other cards in the deck. But it's Overwhelm 7 for 1. It has double strike, and when you play it using Overwhelm, you draw 2 cards. Pretty basic, but it's a 25k double strike for 1. Now, we get into the extra cards. First off, there is 3 Successor of Hope. Sorry, these are really shiny. It's glaring from my lights. Basically, it costs 0, first of all. That's real important. It's free. And when you play it, you search your deck for a Goku's lineage that costs 5 or less and has swap. So, just search out a Bardock for free. Of course, afterwards, shuffle your deck. Then there's the 1 legendary Flute. I'm probably going to take this out for another Scientist Fu, but it's helpful for the moment. It's good removal for free, and it might draw you a card in specific situations. Next is the Planet Vegeta. This is a real good card. It searches for any Saiyan, so the Trunks if you need to untap an energy, a Goten if you're short, a Bardock if you don't have Successor of Hope, and you don't have a Goten or Gohan, and you don't have a Bardock. And it also combos nicely with the Grade 8 Bardock from earlier, because at the end of your turn, you untap all your Great Apes. So this just allows you to use the Double Strike 20k body and the blocker. Really good card. Next is Dimension Magic, the new Negate, or as I like to call it, Rip Whis' Coercion. Basically, when you counter attack, negate the attack if your leader's blue, and untap 2 blue energies. And the permanent is, if you have Sparkling 5, so that's 5 cards in your drop, instead of paying the 1, you can just take a life. So Self-Awakening, drawing cards, untapping energy, and negating an attack for free. Seems pretty good to me. Knocked that over. Next is 2 Battering Laser. This is real good. It really sucks when you play the Mira and they negate the attack, so why not just Battering Laser that negate? This is just for the consistency when you play the Mira. And last but not least, since we're playing blue, of course there is the playset of Sensu Beam. Untap an energy and give +5 to someone. It's just amazing. I don't think there's much more to be said about it. But that is the deck list, guys. I'll have the deck list in the description if you don't want to have to take notes while you're watching the video. Please make sure to check out my Instagram, my Patreon, and my Twitter. That's about it. I'll see you guys later.